Um, Welcome to RockEyez.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. So
No
kind of
problem.
you.
Danny Hart, congratulations on the EP Slaying Bluebeard.
Thank you.
That's a four-track EP, and we'll go down the tracks a little at a time. And you could tell me a little bit about that. Now, you're originally from Chile.
Yes, that's correct. I'm originally from Santiago de Chile. Yeah.
And then you moved to Belgium.
First I moved to London actually to study music,
Uh-huh.
and then I moved to Belgium, and now I'm here.
Cool, cool, cool. Tell me a little bit about Hard Life Promotions, who contacted me for this interview.
Right. So Hard Lab Promotion is the PR agent I work with, Mike
Uh-huh.
de Koene. So we have been collaborating for a couple of singles, and he really believed in the music,
Cool.
in the project. So he's been helping us out with the PR part for distributing our music and especially for the EP. Yeah, the second EP.
Cool. Can you tell me about each member of the band?
Yeah, so the guitarist is my good friend Sang Geerarts. He's a guitarist and songwriter and singer as well from the band Sin Savage. Great lead guitarist, fantastic musician, fantastic friend as well. Um, we've met in Belgium as well. Was one of the first persons I met from the music world here,
Uh-huh.
and we've been friends ever since. We always thought of playing in a band together. We were playing in a band together, a local band called Ten Rogue, with yeah, also great musicians there, and also like a kind of famous um Belgian artist as well, Peter Everard.
Right.
And then we parted ways with the bands to focus on our own projects. Him with Sim Savage, me with this project. But then ended up playing in this project anyway, and we're kind of like changing from being a solo artist thing to becoming a band sort of
Right.
thing. So we're in that transition right now. The other member is Stephan Noens. That's the drummer, professional drummer, excellent drummer, amazing friend as well. He's been the drummer for projects like Scala, which are very known here in Belgium and in Europe. It's like a choir project. Brides of Lucifer, which is also a huge metal choir-ish live band project.
Right.
From a few years ago, they play like everywhere, all the biggest big festivals, Graspop here and things like that, and just a wonderful person, a musician overall. So he's like the metronome of the band in all senses.
Uh-huh.
He's the structure of the band as well. And he's, yeah, kind of a permanent member at this point as well.
Right.
And the newest addition is Vincent de Laat. He's a bass player. He's an again a wonderful person. Lots of laughing right there. Very matching in terms of mindset, in terms of energy. He's kind of the grandpa, a little bit of the band, but in the best possible way.
Right.
Um, it's a fantastic musician, crazy good bass player, can play everything. And he's also the bass player for Scavenger, which is a thrash metal band here in Belgium, quite known as well. He's been involved in many, many, many projects, very well seasoned musician. And yeah, so very, very well surrounded by an amazing team, I must say.
Now, have you been playing out at all, or you have any shows coming up?
We are trying to put a tour together for this year, actually. So we are talking with venues, bookers, tour managers to put everything together. We have two dates for potentially May, almost confirmed. Cannot really say it yet. But one is local and one is yeah, in somewhere in Europe,
Right.
where the sun is shines brighter,
Oh, oh,
which is also good for us. Um, but potentially also locate other locations too. So things are starting to pick up right now, and the original idea was to make some fuss first.
right.
Also because of that transition of being a solo artist or a band and stuff like that. But now really things are getting real and we're like, okay, we need to get out there and tour, you know?
Yeah.
The proof is in the cake,
Well,
sort of thing.
now let's go down the four tracks and tell me a little bit about each song. Let's start off with Running.
Running, well, running is yeah, sort of a free bird kind of song, you know. It
Right.
it evolves throughout the song through different tempos and double time and things like that and solos. Um, I write a lot about women stories. So it's a song about that too.
Right.
You know, falling into a fever and things happening, those things having consequences and being judged by those things too. And it can be interpreted in many ways as not necessarily a personal story, but just things that I observe. I'm very observant with stories, you know. And so, you know, like for instance, like an unwanted pregnancy or something like that, and not being like really the normal thing to happen in society in general and things like that. And then what do you do with that?
Right.
Like, what do you choose?
Hmm.
What do people say about that? And do they have a say in that? So it's kind of revolves around that, and particularly the title, like running, running, running.
Right.
It's a little bit more like on the deeper side of things is being chased by anything regarding being a woman, being too much this, too much that, too little this, too little that,
Right.
um, throughout the time. So it's quite long, and some things are really long overdue as well.
Track number two, After I'm Gone. Tell me a little bit about
Yeah, so after I'm gone, it's highly inspired in like a sort of journey, you
it. Right.
know, like a journey. I started writing that song like in the middle of Corona. It's just my guitar, electric guitar, speakers, and nothing else. Yeah, just jamming some stuff and writing from the heart. And it felt like these sort of songs that are like a transformational journey.
Right. Yeah.
And musically it's very inspired in a Chilean song from a Chilean artist who has long been dead already, but it's called La Partida,
Hmm.
which is like the departure in Spanish.
Right.
And it has like that vibe of desert, you know, like that sort of, yeah, kind of like introspection sort of feel that you take a trip deep down to yourself and start asking questions and start seeing things. And ultimately, the song is about that sort of feeling of being underappreciated until it's too late,
Right.
you know, until you're gone, basically. And that can be interpreted in many ways. It could be death related, for instance. It could be relationship related. We humans tend to learn our lessons rather late than early. So, so it's a little bit about that and that journey into how did how does that feel on the inside, and also when you try and try and try and things just don't work, and you try hard enough and they still don't work, and it seems like you do everything for nothing,
Right. Yeah.
sort of thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, track number three, No More, featuring Billy Sheehan. Um,
Yeah.
how'd you get hooked up with him?
That's a great story. Nothing weird, by the way. Let me tell you that. Um, no, so I've been a huge Mr. Big fan for like many, 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 many years. Since I was a teen already. And when I still lived in Chile, I had the opportunity to go to a meet and greet
Uh-huh.
concert in Santiago. If I'm correct, it was 2011 or something like that.
Right.
So quite a long time ago. And there I met the whole band. So I met Billy, Paul, Eric, and Matt. All very lovely people, very super nice with their fans, very professional, very kind. And yeah, I'm I was still way too Chilean, I guess. So I go like, hi, and I go give hugs and stuff like
Uh,
that. Which now living in Europe, I've come to realize that that's not the normal thing you do.
right,
But back then I didn't know. But they were like super kind as well and hugged back and stuff like that. We started to talk about music, and I told them like that. Obviously, it was my biggest dream. I was talking with Billy about it, and that I wanted to go study music abroad. I was already studying back then sound engineering actually,
right,
and yeah, that it was like really like the northern start of my life, sort of. And he used to like use a little light that he would put on his strap on the
right.
bass. Um, and he gave me that one, and he said like, well, when you hit the stage, put this light and it will help you out to, go for it.
Oh,
So it was such a kind gesture. I still have it. And I was like so inspired by that. First, like, I mean, he's the god of bass playing. I mean, come on. It's like, what?
uh-huh,
And being so kind and open and interested about like, because these guys, they tour the world. I mean, how many people talk about these things or like,
right,
and we fans, I know we can be annoying too. So, but he was so kind, so supportive, like really encouraging to go for it if I really felt the call. And, but okay, that passed. I went to study. I don't remember if I saw them again. No, I don't think I saw them again
mhm,
until last year. But at some point, I was having like a call with a guy, Maurice. I forgot his last name, Maurice. That he had a page about music marketing. So we had a call and we were talking about, okay, what are the things that can help to like really, make you pop out a little bit more, especially being an independent and things like that. And he mentioned just very randomly, like, well, collaborations is a great way for getting a bit more exposure. Then you like also get a little bit on the network of the artists you collaborate with. So for instance, you would have like Billy Sheehan in, and I was like, hang on a minute,
mhm,
I know him.
uh,
Maybe,
yeah,
just maybe, I can pull this one off.
cool, cool,
So yeah. So long story short, I just wrote to Billy like, "Hey Billy, you probably don't remember me at all, but I'm Dani. We met on a meet and greet many years ago in Chile. Blah blah blah." I sent him like the pictures of the meet and greet and stuff like that, and that yeah, it would be amazing if he would be interested in recording the bass line for one or two songs like that. I really thought it would be perfect for him too. Um, and like almost like immediately or the next day, max, like super fast, he
uh-huh,
replied, "Hey Danny, how are you? Oh wow, that's great. Send me songs, let me check them out, and I'll let you know. But yeah, sure, let's do it." Something I like
uh-huh,
super kind, super, and I was like, "What?" Like,
yeah,
I don't even use Instagram that much
yeah,
sometimes, so like,
yeah,
how can this happen so fast? So that's how it went, and he loved the songs. We in the end recorded just one
right.
with him, no more, but we're definitely thinking of perhaps in the future having him again on board for at least one or two songs. It would be amazing.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
Last track, Millennial Tribe. Tell me a little bit about that last track.
Yeah, so Millennial Tribe is like really inspired in part of my experience in London as a student. I was an international student by then, so not European citizen like now or anything. Um, and long story short, again, the last year I was there, I got an email from the home office saying like, "Oh, to all the international students of the university, we have some news. Well, you know that working visa that we like student
Right,
working visa that we gave you at the beginning of your career. Well, we made a mistake and that's not valid anymore. So now, if you're having a job, you need to quit right away. Otherwise, you risk to be deported."
right,
And this was like at the beginning of the third year of my studies, and I actually was working on the weekends to be able to afford my Harry Potter sized bedroom there.
cool, cool, definitely
Yeah.
cool. you know?
So anyway, it started like a chain of things. Trying with the school. The school was very supportive as well. My job, they were really really supportive. They gave me like letters. We sent them to embassy, whatever. We tried
Right,
everything. Nothing worked. But that was not only the problem just working, but like that also meant that I couldn't perform.
right.
So,
Wow.
because it was considering being working,
Right,
even
yeah,
if you didn't get paid. So it was super tricky because like imagine we were doing a gig. At any point, a police officer could enter, and if they check and you don't comply with the rules, that's it, game over.
yeah,
So the risk of playing what you actually came study for,
right, yeah.
even if it wasn't paid, it was enormous.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, that ended up finishing in a that we did a non-for-profit event for with a couple of bands that was called Music Has No Borders, and that's when I really started to reflect on it. Like we're on an international university. There's
Right.
people from all over the world around here, from all sort of religions, from all sort of backgrounds,
Mhm.
and we all get along. None of us perhaps listen to the same type of music. Some of them, yes, some of them not. But I mean, we're so different and yet so equal. And so Millennial Tribe taps into it a little bit deeper in the sense of like we don't have the same colors or visions sometimes. We don't have the same backgrounds or cultures. But there is no difference because we are all still humans, and that's the essence of us all. So that's kind of like a little bit of a word game also with being the millennial generation, which is where I belong to for the good or bad of it. But also like with that wisdom of, yeah, the first thing that we are is humans and then the rest. And also that many yeah, like Native Americans philosophies knew this already
Right.
way back in the years, and we somewhere in our colonization civilization process we kind of lost this wisdom. So that's what Millennial Tribe goes about on a very, again, another journey, intense journey towards, yeah, this coming back to the core of who we are.
Were there any tracks you recorded that you didn't put on here?
There are some other tracks recorded from the London Times actually
Mhm.
that we were considering putting them another acoustic, so it might come as a bonus at some point,
Right.
or we might incorporate it to our next album,
Cool. Cool.
and that would
Yeah.
be an album.
All right. And when's that planned?
Well, we're in pre-production now. We have like around 9 songs demoed. And we are in talks of working with a very known producer as well.
Mhm.
So it's a great match so far. So probably going with that producer. Um, so yeah, it's in pre-production. We hope to start production and recording already this year. Ideally somewhere after the tour or something. Uh, Summer, something like that.
Mhm.
And yeah, be able to release next year.
Good, good, good. You have any personal goal you'd like to reach?
Empower people
Uh-huh.
and travel the world.
Right. That'd be nice, right? That'd be real nice.
That'll be awesome. Yeah, that's what I do as a coach and as an artist, I guess, as well. So both things, yeah. And I'm a happy camper.
Good, good. So what are your hopes for this EP?
So my hopes is that people get a little bit of a taste of what's coming.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, as an independent artist, there is a lot of logistics and financials involved that you need to solve yourself. So ideally, we would have released an album, but I think it's a good compromise to bring a very solid offer as an EP form still, that might open new opportunities and doors for bigger projects, bigger budgets, perhaps even working with labels. So yeah, kind of like saying a little bit of like this is the value proposal, this is what we can pull off, this is what you can expect from us,
Right.
and from here upwards, you know?
You enjoy making videos?
Yes. We have so much fun with it. Yeah, totally, totally. I don't know if you saw already no more,
I
but
saw
that
it.
was like
Uh-huh.
just constantly laughing the whole day of the recording. And so it
Wow.
was sometimes pretty hard to hold the laugh.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but no, it was such a great time. And apparently we can do some acting, although none of us is trained. So it was just super funny. And we all don't take us ourselves too serious either. So, you know, we kind of can get into that role playing sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
And we are normally recording a third video actually for Millennial Tribe in a couple of weeks with a great video director from here in Belgium. And that's also going to, you know, like dig into this more Native American sort of tribal thing. We have some recordings already from a few years ago when we were trying to do a video for this, but for one reason or another, we didn't ended up editing.
Mhm.
So we might mix footage as well. So some kind of interesting storyline. I love telling stories, so that's my idea with videos as well.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, Danny, it was great talking to you. Slaying Bluebeard, the new EP, 4 tracks. It comes out January 31st.
Yes.
So check it out. And would you like to say anything to the fans in conclusion?
Well, we're here to stay, so enjoy the ride.
Cool, cool. Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Brian, for having us. And yeah, looking forward to our next time.
Cool, cool. Thanks a lot.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye bye.